Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Manga Reflux. I completely lost the plot and thought we were doing the podcast right now. Right.
Nope.
Welcome to fucking Manga Reflux. I asked everyone for opinions on how my hosting was last week, and this happens. Yay! Anyway, so Manga Reflux. This is episode 5, I think, or 4. I don't know. I don't keep track of numbers. Yeah, and we're doing Bleach. Chapter fucking hell, where is my head?
Chapter
602 of Bleach.
It's called, they have the title on top. It's Lethal Dose.
It's Bane Licking Good.
No, it's Lethal Dose.
The title is Bane Licking Good.
No, it's Lethal Dose.
I don't know what
and
Bane
Naruto 697 as well later. And yeah, we're doing Bleach Lethal Dose first, because...
Bane Licking Good, okay? That's what it's called.
It's called Lethal Dose, because that's the big block capital section completely on its own, in, like, bold, like, on the first page, and it's all on its own set up and stands out. That's the title.
But Bane Licking...
The title goes on the first page, Ken.
Bane Licking Good sounds so much more provocative.
I think it actually is Bane Licking Good, but we're just going to call it Lethal Dose.
Uh-huh.
You guys suck.
Title goes on the first page.
Alright.
So, info dump.
Yeah, the entire first chapter is basically explaining what lethal dose means.
If you get too much of something, you die.
Really?
Lethal Dose.
No way.
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically, you can't just say this will be a lethal dose. You have to, like, measure it based on the body weight and all sorts of other factors of the person you're applying it to. Right.
Alright.
I like this bit, by the way. I just want to call this out on the... What site am I using? Eat Manga?
Yeah.
For that reason, the concept of a median lethal dose, the amount of a substance it takes to kill half of the population it is administered to, is the widely adopted method.
Adoped.
Is that a pun, or is that, like, just a typo?
Google it.
It could go either way here, because we're talking about drugs.
Yeah, I know. It's so
Adoped.
great.
Get it?
Yeah.
Because, yeah.
I don't think mine says that. I'll have to check.
Yeah.
And mine just says half lethal dose.
So then we got a few pages of art, and then we get to see...
Right, I need to click through the art, don't I?
And then we get to see this guy again. You know, letter D, Mr. D. He is the D. And the name of his ability is the Death Dealing. Alright. That's just... I feel like that's a name where it's like, I want to make a name that sounds cool, so I'm just going to throw death in there.
Pretty much.
I'm just going to make a name that doesn't sound like a name at all.
Yeah, it sounds like there's an adjective, there's a verb, sort of, but it could be a noun. It's...
X-Axis, which was, what's his name's code name? The Admiral.
Admiral Sniper.
That sounded like a code name.
Yeah.
This sounds like I'm a 15-year-old that wants to come up with a cool name.
I know.
Edgy.
Hey, death is cool. Anything with death in it sounds cool automatically, is the basic reasoning here.
Sure, it does.
Like,
you know what I do? I deal death. Oh, really? So does everybody else.
I make death sandwiches. You can tell they're great and more extreme because there's death in the name.
I still use death on the lot.
So basically, Mr. D over here is monologuing more about what a lethal dose is, so we can all know his power, because it's going to be super important later on.
Totally.
Here's the thing. I don't understand half of how his power works.
I don't either.
Because, okay, the way he's explaining it is he can change the lethal dose of something.
Yeah.
Oh, I totally just figured it out. It was really poorly explained in the chapter, but I literally figured it out this second. while I was trying to figure it out. So, okay. The way this guy's power works is he can taste a substance, and then he can change the lethal dose of that specific substance for everyone. So he licks what's-his-name's Pompadope's blood, and since Pompadope is the only one that has Pompadope's blood, he's the only one that's going to die from it.
Yeah.
That makes sense, right?
Yeah. I kind of... yeah. Sure. Let's go with that. It makes sense. It's a better explanation than they give us.
Yeah, they just spend like 6 pages talking about lethal doses and not actually telling us about the power.
But how did he get his blood? He didn't cut him. That's his blood.
That is pretty weird, actually, yeah.
Was it?
It doesn't make any sense.
Oh.
Yeah, no, he hasn't been injured, the guy in Zero Squad.
Huh. Okay, this chapter's just stupid then. Fair enough.
Yeah.
I'll
Yes, it is.
accept that.
Mm-hmm.
I feel a little bad for defaulting to this being stupid, since that's really the easiest conclusion to draw
Oh,
when you're talking about Bleach.
We'll give you more.
And you can't, like, honestly, that kind of power, like, automatically I can do whatever I want to your body by licking my own blood. That makes no sense. You know. And he's basically just shoving blood in his face and be like, so good you didn't die.
Yeah. Okay, so this is dumb, and then Zero Squad guy, Pompadope, falls over. And oh, he's probably dead, except, of course he's not fucking dead, he's the cool one.
And then the D is like, you thought I was some sort of underling. I'm okay with that. But you know what? He's just... So you think I'm a downer? There's also another complex facet of my killer personality.
Uh-huh. Cute.
I don't...
Also, when Pompadope wakes up, thanks for that explanation.
Thanks. I love the translators for that.
I hate the translators so much.
Thanks.
The gaming version of thanks. It's just THX.
I hate the translators so much.
But that's what he would say. This guy's all about that kind of thing.
He's Travis Touchdown.
Yeah, he's Travis
Touchdown.
Touchdown. Yeah, he is.
They're not even pretending anymore. This is an XP of Travis Touchdown. Also, he just slit his own throat. Well, not his throat, but the side of his throat. His neck. Place.
And his response to, you're going to make my blood lethal dose low, is, I'm going to remove my blood. And then I won't be lethal.
That's dumb for several reasons.
It is, but then again, this is Bleach, and no one dies from shit they're supposed to die from in this series.
Yeah,
remember in Bleach, everybody has a crap ton of blood.
No, apparently people only have, 4 liters of blood still?
Right. You know, something I just realized...
Specifically called it out.
If the blood is normally super pressurized enough to, like, fly 20 feet up in the air, now that he has a lot of it, and everything is under more pressure, could you actually injure somebody with the blood spray?
He doesn't have more blood.
You're jumping ahead too
Wasn't that
far,
the whole deal? He put more blood in his veins?
No, the way it works is he lowers the amount that the body can take of a certain substance. So
the blood he already has in his body is an equal amount.
Yeah.
That makes more sense, I guess. Not a lot, but still.
Does it really?
And then the D over here guesses his weight. He's like, you look like you're about 60, kilograms. He's like, wow, you are you a doctor? Because that's right.
Yeah. Funny thing about this D, no one wants this D.
No one wants this D.
Yeah. What I meant earlier was initially I thought he just somehow teleported more blood into this guy's body. That's how I thought the power worked, but now he's just, like, cursing him, which still wouldn't work without any of his blood to begin with to act as a catalyst, but whatever.
Sure. I mean, after Imagination Lad, I've given up all hope, so... most of these people's...
Imagination Lad was dumb, but it was fun. This is just kind of stupid.
Yeah, his Imagination Lad's broken-ass powers were so broken they could have been cool if used better. To be more
Your
broken.
bones are made of cookies. Okay.
I would have loved to see Kenpachi try and fight with his bones made of cookies. That would have been fucking awesome if he just kept going anyway.
He would have been able to do it, yeah.
He just uses his, like, spiritual pressure to force himself forward and, like, keep fighting. And it's just like, how are your bones not broken? He's like, I'm reinforcing them with my power.
Even better.
Or they
if
are
they were
broken.
all broken. They just shattered in his body and he just uses himself like a puppet and just fucking keeps going.
That would have been awesome.
That would have been awesome. But, yeah. Guys, like...
Now we're just making ourselves sad.
It's not like we
we skipped over it a bit, but you can go first.
It's not like we don't like Bleach, it's just that we kind of wish it would be better.
Better? Yeah, we skipped over it, but his bow bracelet thing was pretty cool, actually.
Yeah, I like that.
That's about the only time we're ever going to see it, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. He just kind of dropped it after that. What happened to it?
He died.
Yeah, okay. He's just like, if you lose 2 liters, you'll die from blood loss.
And he put his lethal dose below that, so he would actually have to lose enough blood to die if he wanted to survive the lethal dose.
And then
which would kill him anyway.
Then he responds like, oh man, you kind of hit me by the family jewels, huh? It's kind of screwed. It's like psych.
Yeah.
Because
actually, he said psyche, but
psych is the intended.
Psych doesn't have an e on it.
Why did you have to do that, Casey? There was no reason to cut him down like that.
It's true, though.
It was the intended effect, though. The translators are just stupid, but psych is typically what you would...
Yeah, the translators are dopes. I'm just going to run that into the ground, aren't I? Okay. Tenjiro.
And then blood water.
Is it blood water?
Is that what that is?
It's
Tenjiro's
hot water.
It's not his sword. It's actually his teammate that's doing that.
Oh, okay.
It's
cool
he's
bar.
Just calling up the water spring.
Yeah. Can we get a consensus, please, on what the fuck Yuha Bak's name is?
What do you mean? Like he calls him YH.
Yeah.
Yuha Bak.
And the translator's note decides to call him again.
I like Yuha Bak.
Yuha Bak sounds like a name. Sounds like you got something stuck in your throat.
I think is how it's spelled. It's supposed to be pronounced Yuha Bak.
Where does it say his name?
It's in the translator's note, underneath the first row of panels.
Yeah, in our version that we're looking at. And basically this guy's... but whatever. Basically this guy's explaining... It's like, the white-colored water can squeeze out blood in Ratsu. However, the red water can replenish the blood.
What can purple water do?
See some really trippy shit.
Yeah. I kind of have a problem with this. He, replenishes his blood and then attacks the dude.
How does that help?
It does. I don't understand that. How? You are putting your blood back above the lethal, even more above the lethal dose, so that you are technically kind of dying. And that gives you the strength to...
I don't know.
Maybe only the blood that he had before was infected? I don't even know.
That's the best possible guess there is, but I don't know. I mean...
I have a better guess.
I mean, that, even
this
if it...
entire idea was retarded and you shouldn't have tried it. Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's the quitter response, though.
I like the quitter response.
Isn't this new
and reborn version of him sexy as hell, though?
Yeah.
Yes, it is, Travis. Yes, it is.
Man.
Yeah, it's amazing, alright, especially compared to me. You underestimated me, didn't you? I thought I was victorious in the end, and I don't understand.
Dude. Double D is a Debbie Downer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And before the D fell, he said, "You are totally lethal."
Blood explosion.
Mine says this is lethal.
And then finally we get the panel we've all been waiting for.
Mustache.
Yay!
Box mustache.
His mustache is even bigger.
Every chapter.
It's even bigger.
It's powering up. That's why it's bigger.
No, like, seriously, it's not only grown, like, wider, it's like...
grown off his face.
Thicker.
It's thicker. It is definitely thicker. Like, he could wear his mustache over his eyes and be blind right now.
Yep.
Use his sunglasses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What does your guys say, anyway? In the first panel, it says, it's finally your turn, and then it's just YH. It doesn't even say his name.
You're on the chop
that's what they're calling him.
Yeah, that's what he calls him because he's a cool guy, McGillicuddy.
Ah.
Yeah, so... Yeah, okay. Bets on this switching perspectives to the fucking other flunky squad now.
Is there anybody left?
The Soul Society guys fighting the other shitty flunkies.
Yeah,
Who's left on that side?
Oh, you mean back down on... Okay.
Yeah, Burnerfinger and what's what the other ones were.
This is probably going to switch, but if this doesn't switch, I'm expecting to see you, totally kill this guy.
Or the guy that had the hood that just died without revealing his identity, he'll just be alive for some reason.
Oh, yeah. That's true.
Or he'll just be a pointless character that was introduced just to die.
I would not put it past this manga to do that.
I know. That's why I'm saying it.
Here's the thing. What was the point of this entire last 5 chapters? Did this solve anything? Nothing actually happened. There was a lot of fights.
Squad Zero had to show off its massive dick. And then the team that's invading with Mustache, they had to also show off their massive dick. So, there you go. That's it.
Apparently it wasn't that massive.
No.
Yeah, not
Despite
really.
one of them being called D.
I feel like if the name of your code name, your letter you're assigned is D, you have to be a bit more impressive than Lethal Dose. Like, because D...
He was a lethal dose. Dose like 2, like poo. Get it? He was a lethal dose. That was terrible.
It was. Yeah, I don't even get it. Don't explain it.
Alright. That's Bleach.
Yay.
Woo.
Naruto. 697. 3 chapters to go, including this one. So.
Can I just say, first page of this, it says in my translation, it says right here and now, my long magic ends to you. At first I thought that said love instead of long.
Oh, don't worry, there's some of that at the end of the chapter 2.
Yeah, there is.
Alright, so, this arrow thing, Sasuke apparently being a Quincy, is an Indra's technique or something. So, he learned that somehow.
I don't know.
It's the most powerful technique he has.
Totally.
And of course it just explodes when it hits the Rasa and Shuriken things. Doesn't do anything unique, it just explodes. And kind of splits reality a little bit. Which is kind of cool, actually.
Alright. I'm just skipping through the fucking fan art pages. And
then I love what this says on this next page. Please, just fall already. Just let this fight end.
Which is my attitude for the series.
Mine says just lose and 3 exclamation points.
That's a different interpretation, I think. I do like this, by the way. This, by the way, is a splash page.
Yeah.
With the entire thing being one panel. That's a splash page.
That's a splash.
Oh, yeah.
Half-ass things that they do with the fucking tiny panels.
How big is that explosion?
I don't know. It's big enough that it needs one giant fucking
because the fucking valley beneath
it character
tiny.
Thing there.
And then it needs a whole
that
other
better
page.
look fucking amazing in the anime because that looks pretty cool, actually.
Mm.
And then a whole other page of just explosions and there's Kakashi for a second.
Yeah, my notes just say I have no idea what's going on in these first 6 pages except they're kind of fucking each other up.
And
It's to show off that the shockwave is felt all the way back in the village.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I like how Sasuke's first reaction when he sees Naruto is you're still alive.
Dead.
Come on. Why aren't you dead? I keep trying to kill you and keep launching my ultimate techniques at you, and I'm overpowered. But why? Won't you just die? And Naruto's response is plot armor. So,
Actually, literal armor. Kyuubi's chakra just made it so the black flames can't touch him. He can just push them off. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Could he
Interesting way for the powers to interact.
Like a badass overcoat all the time? I'd keep that.
He does.
Because apparently those don't go out for 7 days or something. So
just walk around town with black flames as a jacket.
That's pretty cool.
Brush up against a table and destroy a town accidentally.
Hey, that's the price you pay to look badass.
Yeah, so Sasuke's fucking crumbling and Naruto's doing the clone thing again. Question. Why the hell didn't Sasuke ever learn a clone technique?
He learned the basic Bushin thing. Everybody learned the basic.
Okay, why didn't he learn a good clone technique?
A solid clone technique.
Yeah.
Shadow clone technique required you to read the chakra of the village or the scroll of the village. And
okay, yeah, but he was trained by Orochimaru for 3 years. Assuming, for the sake of argument, that he didn't in fact know the Shadow Clone technique, which I find hard to believe.
You had mud
if he wouldn't before, he would now.
Clone.
He has the Sharingan on right now, and Naruto just used it in front of him. He has the jutsu, he just doesn't use it.
Yeah.
I'm saying he could have at any time learned the mud clone technique, but he apparently didn't, because...
Maybe he didn't use it out of pride, Orochimaru used that all the time, and he might have seen it as a coward's move or something, so he doesn't do it. I don't know, it's stupid, but that's one possible reason.
Or just he doesn't want to be like Naruto, using clones all the time.
Yeah, maybe it's a sort of, I want to stand on my own kind of thing, because that's been his whole deal for the entire story.
Yeah, so it's basically...
Which also doesn't make any sense, because that he would still be on his own. They're all him.
I want to be all by myself, so I'll surround myself by myself.
All by myself. Don't want to be...
Can we talk about Naruto's Super Smash Bros. Brawl trip here?
What?
He just trips. He charges up the Rasengan and just falls over.
What page is that?
11 on mine.
Jumping ahead.
But there's nothing to skip over. They're just fighting. It's just 4 pages of fighting.
Yeah, also, it's getting a bit... The art style is getting a little bit scribbly.
Yeah, it really is. I can feel the mangaka's frustration at just, what has my series become? Why aren't people liking it all the time?
Oh, yeah, no, I see. Yeah, he just totally fucking falls over.
Yep.
Reminds me of Dan's Ultra Combo from Super Street Fighter 4. He literally just falls forward into your face.
Wow.
Yeah. And then Sasuke goes to punch him in the face, headbutt, knocks him back.
It's getting raw.
Yep,
Okay,
raw enough for them to shout "Whoa!" every time.
Because I know when I'm punching someone in the face, I always go raw.
It's not raw,
You?
it's "Whoa!"
Raw. That's how you know you're doing it right.
And then
I can't tell if
Sasuke...
it's joking or not, because I think I would do that if I ever got in an actual fight.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah.
I know.
Whoa.
And then Sasuke's still like, come on, dude, seriously? Just, why are you still standing?
In my translation, I don't see why. I see Ric Flair. Woo! WOOH.
Okay, and we get a lot of tiny panels with... Okay, I'm starting to think that the scribbling is intentional
Yeah,
here.
This is raw, and this is real.
Yeah.
It's kind of intentional.
Yeah, it's trying to reflect the... Yeah, I guess raw
Grittiness
is
of
the
the
only
fight,
word.
I guess? I don't know.
Yeah.
Am I the only one who has a serious problem with this, by the way? Naruto has spent pretty much the entire story without any kind of fighting style. When it comes down to a brawling fight like this, where fighting styles just go out the window, he should be winning this fight easily.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Sasuke's got the freaking OP-ness factor of the mangakas.
He still does have the Sharingan, so he can predict stuff, I guess.
Yeah. Could be he's just not taking as many hits. Because if you look in this, most of the hits are being given to Naruto.
Alright, and then on the far left we have some flashbacks with Sakura in them for some reason. I honestly don't know why she's in
We
this.
got the little baby Sakura, just like in the
the Reflux image.
Yeah.
Yay.
It
Only in
could
this one she's not trying to touch the fan.
I love that we were able to do that.
It could be argued those 5 panels are actually from Sakura's perspective, because she does wake up the next page.
Oh,
Like
right.
she's having some kind of prophetic dream kind of thing.
And she wakes up and I'm important again.
No, she's not.
Let's not go.
Really.
Yeah, so they're duking it out. The statues' heads are gone.
Are they?
Yeah.
Oh, they are. Okay, next page.
Not
yeah.
entirely sure why only their heads are gone. I would imagine more than that would be gone by this point, but, you know.
Because those heads were jutting out pretty
The explosion
obviously.
was up in the air. So.
Like,
Was
their
that
heads
there?
were jutting out pretty obviously above the whole sort of ravine
I'm
they're
pretty
in.
sure the shockwave would have, like, fucking done something.
Don't think
to the
about
rest-
it! This is Naruto.
Their
We
arms
don't
should
think about
definitely
things
be
in
gone.
Naruto.
Those fucking long sleeves, at least. Jesus Christ, look at those things.
I wish I had sleeves like that.
I don't. They get caught on everything.
I could slap people with them.
Yeah.
Have you ever worn a fucking robe and you get your fucking sleeves caught on a door handle or something? It's a pain in the ass. Imagine doing that with those fucking things.
Yeah, but then you can
I
slap.
get the loops of my pants caught in things. I mean, like where your belt goes. I can't even imagine what would happen if I had sleeves like that.
And
You
then,
accidentally hang yourself and not even know how.
well, anyways, they're still punching each other. Now they're just kind of pitifully on the ground.
Yeah, they're fighting in a pool of water. Or possibly mud, depending on your fucking fantasies. Someone's going to interpret that as mud. You know there's going to be fan art.
Probably.
Alright, and the fox sends more chakra, but...
Yeah, he kind of Leroy Jenkins him here.
Also, shouldn't... This is nature chakra, right? It wasn't just more demon chakra for whatever reason? Or whatever they count as now?
Yeah.
So he says he's preparing his chakra.
But I don't know, because if he was sending it out, why would he really need to prepare it?
Because... Shut up.
This is Naruto. We don't think about things in Naruto. We just take everything at face value and accept it.
And now, with this, I will finally be able to be alone.
My farewell.
Farewell.
My one
and
only friend.
Dead stop. That's it. Yaoi fangirls fucking rejoice.
Yeah, great.
Friend!
Why does he still consider him a Naruto? Or a friend, by the way? Is this...
Because they understand each other's feelings.
The relationship between these two characters was bullshit from the start.
Are
and
they
they just wanted to bullshit on at the end.
Are they still trying to sell the friendship angle? Because I didn't buy that, I don't know, months ago. I stopped buying that.
I didn't buy this years ago.
Yeah, I didn't buy it the second they tried to sell it. I was just like, oh wow, they're friends? Huh.
Shitty friends.
Yeah. It's kind of like that one guy that you can kind of consider your friend because you work together and you talk to each other and tell each other these names, just say hi every day, but you never really actually bond. You just kind of acquaintances.
They weren't friends. They were,
and they weren't even that.
They were literally They were literally work people. They worked together. That was it.
Yeah. That was essentially
the only reason they know each other is because it's their job to work together, or was.
They didn't sit around the water cooler talking about Debbie. No, they were just like, sup, I hate you. Oh, I hate you too.
Oh, let's go walk these dogs now.
Yeah. Oh, you took a hit for
the
me?
dog
Oh,
walked them, as the case mostly was.
So, yeah, two chapters left.
I like how Sasuke completely ignores Sakura. It just says, you're my one and only friend, Naruto.
No, let's be honest, neither of them were friends with Sakura.
Yeah, I know.
Not really.
I feel so bad for Sakura because she's like a character that could have been good. I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like those... Because she was like the third member of the party. You know, she was...
She was the normal one.
She was the normal one. She had, her own physical strength thing, and, she had some okay moments, but she kind of was completely ignored and written badly in a lot of parts. And just thrown into the background.
The thing about Sakura being in this particular shonen manga, she was the weakest of the three of them at the very beginning. She continued to be the weakest one until the end of Shippuden. Then she gets trained by the weakest of the Sanin. Because, pragmatically speaking, Tsunade was the weakest one, because...
all she could do was punch you.
Yeah, that was her offense, and everything else was healing. Everything else
was
was
support,
healing. Yeah, so... At this point, when Naruto gets bullshit healing powers for no apparent reason, she has no purpose anymore.
Yeah. Which is...
Why exactly did they give him bullshit healing powers at the end, by the way?
So they didn't have to kill off
to
guy.
save someone?
Okay.
They didn't have to kill off Guy in the one moment where killing him off would have been the best thing they'd done at this point in this arc.
Yeah.
If they had killed Guy after he unleashed the last gate, that'd have been great. I'd have loved it. Good way to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. A good death. But,
there are no good deaths in this series. Try and think of a good death in this series. In fact, challenge to the audience.
Oh.
Give us a good death from this series.
Jiraiya's wasn't
Shikamaru and Ino's dad. They died giving information that was vital. That was pretty good.
Jiraiya was kind of okay.
They died?
Yeah, they got nuked from 300 miles away by the Ten Tails.
Yeah, they got nuked.
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks.
Jiraiya had a kind of okay death.
Okay.
Zabuza was cool.
Zabuza is cool.
Yeah. Of course, that was 4 years ago, but, whatever.
Audience, sound off. Favorite death from Naruto. Or from Bleach, but, good luck finding one that wasn't Yamamoto.
Yamamoto was so awesome. I've got 4!
I guess.
These are my 4 abilities. First, I'm going to raise the undead. Then I'm going to burn everything. It's great. His powers made no sense in the end, but it was completely awesome.
Yeah.
I still have
unfortunate
enormous
that he was so fucking
gripes
OP.
He
He was so OP that they had
He's
to have his
planned the whole
abilities
thing.
stolen so that they could be OP. The villains could.
Bleach is just a case where a villain gets OP, then the main character gets OP, and then they get all OP, and then they reset, and then they go all become OP again.
Ichigo got too OP for this series to keep going.
Dude. You know, I want to see a gag story or a one-shot or something where Ichigo stays that powerful, and he just mops up everything that happens afterward.
He's so great.
You see, that's been made. It's not even a gag story. It's just straight up been made. It's played straight.
It needs to be a gag story, though. Alright, so I guess that was Naruto and Bleach for this week.
Naruto and Bleach. Oh, people suggested stuff that we could do.
Yeah, people suggest...
The Breaker was mentioned a few times.
The Breaker is, for those of you guys who don't know, The Breaker is a martial arts manga. Takes place in Korea. I guess it's more of a manhwa, kind of. Yeah. And the premise is that there's this normal dude, and he's not even interested in fighting, and then he accidentally basically kind of swallows this super pill that kind of gives him a crap ton of the martial arts fighting energy, and he gets really strong, and he starts training, and then a whole bunch of crap stuff happens. It gets really complicated.
Like the dark version of Kenichi.
It is. That's kind of exactly how I would describe it. Main character is... there are times when he's not so good, and there are times when he's the best main character you ever saw. So, I think Kenshi would really like it, at least.
I've seen it. I'll read it.
The Breaker? You read it?
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay, how often does it update?
Oh, it's weekly, I think.
Okay.
It's got there's the Breaker, and then there's the Breaker New Waves, which is the sequel series.
Okay, so what we can do then is we'll do the Naruto recap arc by arc, and when Bleach finishes, or when Naruto we finish doing the Naruto thing, whichever comes first, we'll start doing the Breaker.
Yeah, somebody also recommended God of High School.
I like that too.
I like that too.
Never heard of it.
Oh.
Kent, you want to describe it?
Okay, so basically, main character is this dude that knows Taekwondo, only his Taekwondo is so badass it was apparently banned. It's killing Taekwondo.
Yeah.
He did the chaos dunk.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, I stopped at some point, and I'm too lazy to catch up with it right now for some reason.
Yeah,
but
I stopped prior to the time skip thing they did.
Yeah, well, last time I was in it, they were doing a tournament.
Yeah.
Pretty long tournament arc thing.
On God of High School. And the whole point of the tournament was that you get like a wish or something?
Yeah.
Is it any good?
Tournament organizer named Calypso.
Okay, bottom line, is it any good and is it worth doing on this? Because bear in mind, we are pretty much always incredibly critical on this show, if you want to call it that.
Segment.
I liked it.
Yeah. I mean, I think you'll like it.
Does it have a lot to talk about? Is the most important thing.
I know the Breaker has a lot to talk about each chapter, because there's always stuff that goes on all over the place.
Yeah, we've established we're doing the Breaker, but this other one...
God of High School is a...
Let me get back to you on that, because I need to remember how much of it was story and how much of it was fighting.
Okay, so we'll get back to that. We're not in a rush at the moment anyway, so we actually have some ideas that we can do, so that's cool.
Keep the suggestions coming, though. We do appreciate it.
Also, we're not going to do One Punch Man. We're not doing that one. Sorry.
Oh,
Yeah, it's monthly, and
I'm gonna read that one anyway because I want to.
as great as it is, when all the fights are solved by almost all the fights. There's one fight where it wasn't solved by one punch, but because the guy had more forms, so it was basically you punch me, I go into my next form, then my next form, and I will send you to the moon, and then my next form, and then you punch me, and then I die.
Anyway.
They need a one.
So I guess that's it for Manga Reflux for this week.
Sounds like it.
Yeah, like I said, let us know your favorite deaths because I'm curious at this point. So
Yeah.
once again, thanks for listening. Bye now.
Bye.
See ya.
Catch you on the other show.